Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so in this video we are going to look at the crunch. Very, very basic movement, very simple movement, but one that can be easily done wrong and cause problems if not executed with the right cues in mind. So the basic crunch that we're going to start with, the foundation, we lie down on our back with our feet shoulder width apart. Now there are so many variations to this, but getting the basics right are very, very important. So what we're going to do to start with is we're just going to do a bent knee crunch. This allows the pelvis to tilt slightly, which makes the crunch slightly easier. The further away you move your legs, the more difficult the crunch gets. And over time, throughout the workouts, we're going to be doing some very different variations of this. But ultimately, the basic concept of the crunch rings true. The first thing we need to do above all else when we think about doing a crunch is we close the arch behind our back. So before we start to move, we squeeze the abs and we push our lower back into the floor. You'll hear me say that all of the time during the videos. Push your lower back into the floor. Push your lower back into the floor. This is what I mean when doing a crunch. Because once you've done that, your abs are active. They are working. Then you simply try to roll your shoulder blades off the floor. We're not trying to come up here because that's not going to work our abs. That's going to work our hips. We are rolling our abs off the floor, our shoulder blades off the floor, up and down. Now, the second thing that's very, very important, I'm pushing my lower back into the floor, and I also need to breathe out every time I come up. So, exhale on exertion. Inhale, exhale on exertion. Inhale, exhale. This is especially important for your abdominal training. So, to summarize, very, very simple, basic crunch and the variations thereof is push your lower back into the floor and close that gap. Crunch, only trying to bring your shoulder blades off the floor. You don't need to bring any more. And breathe out as you come up. Exhale on exertion. That is how to execute a crunch properly. If you find that it is hurting your back, it's probably because you are not pushing your lower back into the floor properly and you are using your hips to perform this movement, which is very, very common. It's important that you get that right because then you can progress to all of the other abdominal movements and we can build you a great, great looking torso.